It's the Jeff Foxx Show.
It's the Jeff Foxx Show. The Jeff Foxx Show.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Foxx, and we're inside the New Authors Spotlight. It's kind of like the New Authors Spotlight studio. And my guest today is author and poet Shikema Monique Clark. Hello.
Hi, Jeff. How are you?
How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you.
Wow. You got a collection of poems, and you have a book out.
Yeah.
This is something, huh?
It is. It was a lot of work, but it's here.
This is something that's been a passion.
It is. It's something that I've been doing since I was about 9 years old. It wasn't a book that I set out to just write a book and do. It actually came about in a weird kind of way, but it's here, and I'm glad that it's here.
All right. You know, everybody has that journey. This is why you're here today.
Yes.
So we want to go all the way back to the beginning of your journey.
My journey started as a little girl. Both my parents were drug addicted, and I was very introverted, very quiet child.
Okay.
My outlet was writing. I wrote everything down in my journal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, where are you from?
I am from Roosevelt, New York, Long Island.
You had kind of a rough childhood?
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Me and my younger brother, we came up. My grandmother lived with us, but she was kind of in her own world as well. So we were kind of left to fend for ourselves, so to speak.
Okay, so you're introverted.
Yes.
And you had to find something within yourself to express the pain
Yes.
that you were going through, and you found that in your writing.
Yes.
And what did you write about in those days?
In those days, I wrote everything that was happening. I wrote about what I was feeling. I was being abused sexually from the age of 4 to the age of 21.
Really?
And I wrote everything down in journal entries, poetry, whatever the pen put to paper, that's what was on there.
By you putting these words and all this pain on paper, did that help you?
It helped me for a period of time, but over time, it wasn't enough. I
Okay.
realized that the story needed to be heard in order for me to really begin to heal.
Was this a book?
Yes, I took my journal and I published my journal, which is now my book.
And what's the name of your book?
The name of my book is Silent Tears Inside the Soul of an Abused Child.
Oh, wow. When was this published?
This was published September 22nd, 2011.
Okay. And since the book has been published, what has happened since then?
Since the book has been published, it's given me a release. I'm no longer held captive to the things that held me down as a child, to the abuse, and it's also given a voice to other survivors.
Okay.
It's let them know that they're not alone.
Have you talked to other folks that have been through what you've been through?
I have people, after they read my story, they came and they told me their stories. For many, it was the first time that they actually shared their story with anyone. It gave them permission to say to whomever it was that you are no longer allowed to treat me that way. You don't have that permission anymore.
When you wrote this book and decided to publish it, how did you publish it? What steps did you go through?
Initially, I just published one copy. It's a self-published book, and I published one copy for my own keepsake because I always wanted to see my name on the book.
Yeah.
And
right.
one of my friends from work, she got hold of it, and she's like, wait, you published a book? So where's my copy?
Where's my copy?
So, and then she started telling people she published a book, and everybody started asking for copies, and that made me print up about 50 copies.
And everybody bought one,
And everybody bought one, and it just grew and grew and grew.
Oh, so you took your pain, your life experiences, and you opened yourself up. And I know that's hard, right?
It's very hard, but it becomes easier when people embrace you because they have not only empathy, but their own stories. It's such a relatable story. The story is not just my story. It belongs to so many people, but no one is talking about it.
I understand. Why did you reach out to me?
I reached out to you. I saw your promo, and I feel like this is a story that needs to be heard because it affects everyone. It could be someone in your house, and you never know it because they're not sharing it with you. No one in my house really knew what I was going through because I kept everything to myself. With this book being out there, I think it opens up dialogue for people to start to ask those questions of their children, for teachers to ask those questions of their students when they see certain behaviors, to let them know that it's okay. Whatever is happening, it's okay.
You have a purpose.
I do have a purpose.
Now, do you do any outreach with the book?
I do outreach. I mentor the PUSH programs, troubled students in the Roosevelt High School where I went to school. And I also...
And what do you do as a profession?
I am an educator.
Okay.
I teach 5th grade special education.
Oh, wow. You're just helping folks all the way around.
I'm trying.
See, look at that smile.
I'm trying.
Look at that smile. You got joy in your life now, right?
I do. I absolutely. By the grace of God, I'm still standing.
Isn't
here.
that great? Tell the folks, where you are now and how do you feel now?
Right now in my life, I am taking it to the next step. I am working on becoming a better me, which is actually the title of the next book, A Better Me.
A Better Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
when's that one coming out?
That one is coming out, and hopefully in summer of 2015.
Oh, we'll see you then.
Yes.
Tell me about the poems.
The poems are very detailed accounts of everything that I went through. I didn't pull any punches. I wrote them down pretty much word for word. So when you read them, you picture what was happening to this little girl.
Wow, which is you.
Which was me.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, since you have written this book, are you in contact with any of your family members, and what did they say?
I am in contact with my family, and the ones who've read it, most of them have accepted it, some have not. But more importantly, my dad, he's a large portion of the book. He has totally accepted it, and he's apologized sincerely about the part that he played because of his absence.
Okay, because of his absence, right. So your relationship with your dad's closer?
Yes, we're growing and we're building since the book came out.
Right, so every year you get together for the holidays?
Yeah.
And it's a little bit better?
It's a little bit better, yeah.
That's always good.
Yeah.
It's a healing book.
It's a healing book.
And it's a forgiving book.
And it's a forgiving book.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Because the only true way to heal is to forgive. Forgiveness is for you, not for the person who harmed you.
Right.
So
it sets you free,
yes,
doesn't it?
The moment you forgive is the moment you begin to heal.
And begin to live.
Have
you talked to anyone about film work down the road? Could they turn your work into a film?
I would absolutely love for it to be turned into a film. It is able to be turned into a film. A colleague who does filmography had actually brought that idea up, and it was discussed, but we never took it any further than a discussion.
Once again, tell the folks the name of the book.
The name of the book, Silent Tears Inside the Soul of an Abused Child.
And how do we get it?
And you can get it on Amazon, and it's available to be downloaded on Kindle. If somebody want to contact me, you can contact me at my email address, Shikema B, like boy, @yahoo.com. You can hit me on Twitter at Monique Clark. I respond to everything.
What do you want to tell the folks listening to this interview? Because somebody is definitely going through what you went through.
I want to tell the people that are listening, I like to quote Dr. Maya Angelou, where she says, "There's no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. No truer words have been spoken. If you are carrying around a story such as mine, the only way to truly begin to heal is to break your silence." And for those who have not suffered, the silent ones, the ones who've suffered, they're usually always silent. But what's more painful is your silence, is your blind eye. So if you see it happening, please speak up about it. If you're going through it, please speak up about it, because talking about it is the only way to change it.
No, thank you so much. This book is going to help folks. It's like it's helped you.
Yes, and that's the prayer, for God to use that to save someone else.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeff.
It's Shikema Monique Clark today on the Jeff Foxx Radio Show online. Very enlightening. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in June of 15.
Yes, sir.
All right, for A Better Me.
Amen.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Jeff Foxx Show.